Hello my soldiers, how are you? Welcome to another chapter of our fanfic, What If Kashina Became Dark? At first I would like to apologize for the long delay, but as you can imagine, I had problems with my Wi-Fi. And I was without internet for a few days. However, I didn't stop in that time, as I had extra time. I used this time to make our channel a little more professional. As you can see, I made a logo for our channel, an opening and some more edits, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, activate the notification bell to always know when new videos will be released, and leave a comment below, as it helps the channel reach more people. I would also like to let you know that we will have another new original fanfic, which I will soon bring here on the channel. And I'm also finishing the preparations for our Facebook page. Now, without further ado, enjoy the video.
舞い上がれ純白の雲見下ろす遥かな空まで解き放って自由な魂風に乗ってそして奴らもやってくこの星狙ってくぜラブ予感 Why 俺が地球の盾になる操作とコントロールとバランス戦う青い地球が止まらず守るために決めてやれ俺はいつだって飛ばしてくぜ
We can see our group walking away from Konoha. As they walk, Kashina finally gives permission to Makoto to explain her presence there. Hello everyone, my name is Makoto Uchiha, nice to meet you, Makoto says pointing to the little girl next to her, indicating for her to introduce herself. My name is Sayaki Uchiha, I'm 5 years old, says Sayaki with her blank face. Oh no, please don't tell me this little girl is like the other Uchihas, says Kashina in thought. Sorry guys, Sayaki isn't used to talking to other people, says Makoto with an apologetic smile. Hey wait, I know you are that nice girl who always left food in my room at the orphanage, but you always leave so fast, I could never thank you for your help, says Naruto hugging Makoto's legs. Did you do that Makoto? Kashina asks surprised. Yeah I did. Actually I already tried to adopt Naruto countless times, but the council never let me so I tried to help him as much as possible with food, Makoto says with a giggle. Makoto, thank you very much, says Kashina with a grateful expression. So why are you coming with us Makoto-san, Shizune asks. With that question Makoto explains the whole situation about her clan and all the problems she has been facing. Sayaki was shocked to learn that in a few months her clan would be massacred, but she wouldn't miss it so much since she had no friends and no family. I see, I'm sorry for everything that's going on, says Shizune with a sad expression. Don't worry, the important thing is that my 2 children will be fine, and little Sayaki will be safe with me, other than that nothing in the clan matters to me, Makoto says with everyone nodding and understanding. Kashina, did you manage to seal all the scrolls that were in her house? Makoto asks. Yes, all the scrolls that Minato left are safe now. When we get to our destination, I'll find a way to stock everything in an organized way, Kashina says with her hand on her chin. Hey Aka-san, how is Kakashi-san going to be able to visit us? Naruto asks. Don't worry Naru-chan, I already left him the address of our house okay? Says Kashina reassuringly. Making a time skip of a few days, the group had finally arrived at the secret Senju compound. Makoto, Sayaki and Naruto were gawked at the size and beauty of the place. Well, Shadame-sama and Nidame-sama certainly went overboard in creating this place, says Makoto, still impressed. Meanwhile somewhere in the afterlife, Hashirama and Tabarama were relaxing while suddenly. Achoo! Hey Tobi-chan, I think someone is talking about us, says Hashirama wiping his nose, while Tobirama did the same. Returning to the group, Kashina rings the doorbell, and after waiting a few seconds, Rin answers the door. Kashina-sama, guys, you're back, says Rin hugging Kashina. Hey Rin, I'm glad you were able to find our address. Any news around here? Kashina asks. No, so far nothing new. Hey, is that your eldest son you mentioned, Kashina-sama? Says Rin looking at Naruto curiously. Yes, it is him, his name is Naruto, says Kashina. Oh my god, Naruto-kun, you're so cute, you're like a chibi version of Minato-sensei, says Rin carrying Naruto in her arms. Whoa, did you know my dad? Naruto asks excited. Of course I knew, I was part of the team he coached, I was the medical ninja of the group, says Rin proudly. This is so cool, promise to tell me stories about my dad? Naruto asks with puppy eyes. Rin's heart skipped a beat as she saw Naruto's expression. Oh, there's no way I can resist, if you make that little face for me, I'll tell you his stories, okay? Says Rin patting Naruto on the head. After this scene, Rin introduced himself to Makoto and Sayaki, and showed the 3 new members around the house. A few hours later, we can see the adults at the kitchen table, dealing with an important matter. So Kashina, do you really intend to create a new village and bring back Uzumaki? Kame asks. Yes, even though I have loved ones in Konoha, I can't trust this village anymore after all they've done to me and my son, and also I want my son as far away from that Enzo bastard, Kashina says, clenching her fists. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? I mean, it must not be easy to create a village from nothing, especially now with the 5 great nations monopolizing the power. Besides that, we would need the authorization and money of some daimyo, says Kame. That's where you're wrong, Kame-san. Remember that on the day of the council meeting, in one of the documents I showed that I have the right to become a new Kage, says Kashina with Kame and everyone nodding, trying to keep up with her reasoning. Our original territory, obviously Uzumaki, was in the Whirlpool Country territory. Unfortunately, there is nothing of value left in the Whirlpool Country, so we cannot settle there, but I have found a place, says Kashina. But which? All countries and territories on the continent are already too populated to have a new village, says Vuzzo confused. I know, but the same thing cannot be said of the other continent, says Kashina with a smirk. Everyone at the table widens their eyes, understanding what Kashina was trying to say. Okay, what is the territory you chose to create the village? By the way, what will be the name of the village? Tsunade asks. There is a mysterious territory, which very few have managed to find out about, is the Land of Shadows. I know there was already a village in that country, but due to several conflicts in the territory being very dangerous, the village ended up being abandoned, and the Shadow Daimyo is just an ambitious bastard who doesn't know how to lead a country. And answering your question, Tsunade, I think the name of the village will remain Kirigakure, says Kashina. I think I understand your plan. With your authority as a Kage, if we settle there, we will not only be able to create a new village, but also elect a new daimyo for the country. Frankly, Kashina, how did you think of all this? Tsunade said in surprise. Kashina just gives Tsunade a wink, then she takes a map of the region and puts it on the table for everyone to see. As you can see, the territory is not only large, but also has direct contact with the sea, so we can easily make a port city. We also won't have to worry so much about invasions, because the territory is naturally already dangerous. I believe everyone here has heard of the 7 storms, says Kashina with everyone nodding. If I'm not mistaken, the 7 storms are Nightmare Mountain, Gravestone Cave, Quicksand Pits, Treacherous Ocean, Valley of Storms, Volcano Lake and the Green Hades, replies Makoto. Correct, it is said that only one person was able to pass from all these places, and he was the first Krakage. Other than that, we have some regions in the territory where trees are abundant, making planting and farms possible. There is also several caves with lots of gems, so money won't be an issue, says Kashina confidently. What about the clans that are still present in the country? Kame asks. Unfortunately, many have been extinct due to civil wars, and the few that remain are struggling to survive in hostile territory, replies Kashina. I agree, but you know that, when we dethrone the Shadow Daimyo, we're going to have opposition, says Tsunade. I know, but I believe we have people strong enough to overcome Daimyo's army, says Kashina with her hands on her hips. Okay, is everyone in agreement? Kashina asks, with everyone nodding in agreement. In a few months we're heading to the land of shadows, so until then, I suggest we all train. A few days passed. In that time, Naruto not only became very close to his sisters and friends, but also became close to Mikoto and Rin. Mikoto quickly became Naruto's second mother, and due to this close relationship, Mikoto soon came to love Naruto deeply. Of course, Mikoto also loves his children, Itachi and Sasuke, but Itachi, even though he is someone kind, is very unexpressive. Sasuke is practically a mini Fugaku, and Sayaki is very quiet. But now Naruto, it's practically impossible for you not to have a smile around Naruto. The boy is always so cheerful and lively, and especially he has a bright smile. Mikoto quickly became attached to Naruto. Mikoto is always with Naruto and likes to put him on her lap, talking to him while hugging him. Kashina, when she looked at these two together, she couldn't help but smile warmly, and of course, Kashina always joined in. As the days went by, Kashina and the others were forming a plan to be able to enter the land of shadows as easily as possible, until one day. Kashina-sama, I have news about Kirigakure, says Rin worriedly. What's up, Rin? You look worried, says Kashina. About 2 weeks ago, the fourth Mizukage, Yagura, something happened to him because he declared that anyone who has bloodline will be exterminated in Kirigakure, replies Rin. On hearing this, Kashina stands up with a serious expression. But the fourth Mizukage isn't that kind of person, and I highly doubt he's gone mad overnight, says Kashina. I don't know what happened to him, I just know that they started to exterminate several clans, and if we don't do anything, they will all be extinct. After thinking for a few minutes, Kashina comes to a conclusion. Okay, I think I already have a plan. Rin, call the others and tell them we have an emergency meeting, Kashina says firmly. Yes, Kashina-sama, answers Rin. A few more minutes and all the adults were gathered, already being informed about the situation. So Kashina, what's your plan? Tsunade asks. First, we will leave for Kirigakure. There we will locate the clan compounds, defend anyone who is under attack. With that we'll already gain some trust from them, and as soon as we locate all the surviving clans, we'll make a proposal, Kashina explains. And what proposal would that be? Fuzzo asks. We're going to propose that the clans join us to form the village of Kirigakure, replies Kashina. With that everyone exchanges glances, analyzing the situation and verifying if it is worth it. Kashina, do you think these clans can be trusted? We don't know anything about the history of these clans, let alone their personality, says Kaim. I've heard that the Kagaya clan are very violent and bloodthirsty, says Shizune. Actually the Kagaya clan are quite violent, but they are violent on the battlefield, and about them being bloodthirsty is just a generalized story about a clan member who at the time had his son kidnapped, and honestly, any parent would be bloodthirsty after having his son kidnapped, replies Kashina. So are we really going to propose to them to join us? Mikoto asks. I think it's a good idea, and also consider that not everyone from a clan will accept to come with us, so the population that will come will not be massive and will not get out of control, says Kashina. All nods their heads. But not all of us will be able to go to Kirigakure. One will have to stay and protect the children here. I won't be crazy to take the children to a war, says Kashina. You all can go, let me stay here with the kids, says Mikoto. Sure Mikoto, if you want I can stay to help, says Shizune. No need, you can go with the guys, I need to stay, because I can be recognized by my Sharingan, probably they would notify Konoha and that would bring future problems for us, Mikoto explains. Okay. Now let's list which clans we are going to select. Does anyone want to start? Kashina asks. How about the Yuki clan? They are very powerful and have Hyoten's Kekkei Genkai, ice release. In addition, they are very calm and peaceful, so it's a good choice, says Kim. Good choice, by the way. I choose the Fuma clan. They specialize in creating chakra threads, Jubaku Mandara no Jutsu, and are experts with Zanbatos, says Kashina. Pause. In case you weren't aware, in the Naruto universe there are two Fuma clans. The first one was presented in the manga and they are the creators of the Fuma Shuriken. They are distant relatives of the Uchihas and they are affiliated with Konoha. After the massacre of the Uchiha clan, they were responsible for inheriting the Konoha police force. Now we have the second Fuma clan. This one was presented in the anime. It was a shinobi clan from the country of Sound. Originally they were from the country of rice fields. They were tricked by Orochimaru, who had promised to restore their clan to its peak. So pay attention, because in this fanfic I'm referring to the second Fuma clan. Now returning to fanfic. Okay, how about the Terumi clan? I heard they have the Kekkei Jinkai Yoten and Futen, lava release and boil release, says Tsunade. Good choice, and of all the clans mentioned here, the Terumi clan is the most reliable, says Kashina. I thought of some more, but the rest of the clans have very questionable actions. For example, the Hazuki clan, they are very violent and treacherous, explains Fuzzo. Wait, since you're recruiting clans for the future village, I have a suggestion, says Mikoto. What do you suggest? Kashina asks. I heard these stories from my grandfather. A long time ago, even at the time of the formation of the villages, the Uchiha clan had a history with a clan called Shinnok. You probably never heard of them, because any historical record about them was erased. However, I remember my grandfather saying that the Uchihas isolated the Shinnok clan in the Valley of Hell, in the land of hot springs. So I thought that maybe there are still survivors of that clan, trapped there, says Mikoto. Kashina puts a hand on her chin and thinks for a moment, then after a few seconds she makes a decision. Okay, when we manage to successfully bring the clans we selected, I will look for the Shinnok clan in the hot springs country, says Kashina. Thank you, Kashina, says Mikoto with a smile. Now it's settled, we'll leave tomorrow. Pack everything you need, ninja weapons, scrolls and other things. Make sure you're prepared, because basically we're going to face an army, says Kashina with everyone nodding. Arriving the next day, everyone was getting ready to go to Kirigakure. When everyone was still saying goodbye to the kids, Mikoto takes Kashina's hand and leads her to a secluded corner of the house, making Kashina raise an eyebrow in curiosity. When Mikoto saw that no one would see them in the corner, she wraps her arms around Kashina's waist and gives Kashina a deep kiss, and Kashina returns the kiss by wrapping her arms around Mikoto's neck. The two kiss for a few seconds, then break the kiss. Look, Kashina, I know you are strong, but be careful, okay? I couldn't bear to lose you, says Mikoto with her face on Kashina's neck. Hey, relax, my Uchiha, you know I'm too stubborn to die, and this time I won't fight alone. Tsunade, Rin, and the others will be on my side, so don't worry. But while I'm gone, take care of the kids for me, okay? You and the kids are everything to me, says Kashina, kissing Mikoto on the lips. Leave it to me, they are safe here, says Mikoto. The two exchange a few more kisses and then return to where the others were. Mikoto says goodbye to everyone who was going to leave and wished everyone good luck. As the civil war started 2 weeks ago, we are a little late, so let's travel at full speed. Are you all ready? Kashina asks. Everyone nods their heads in affirmation, and seeing that no one has forgotten anything, Kashina gives the sign, and everyone uses Shunshin to full capacity. It took 3 days of constant travel, day and night. Along the way they faced several bandits and missing ninjas, but nothing the group couldn't handle. After 3 days of travel, our group finally arrived near the edge of Kirigakure, and from afar, they could already see that the situation was horrible. From the edge they could see several people in a state of misery, some dying of hunger, others thirsty for water. However, as the war was directed towards the center of the village, around the edge there was no one to watch, so the group already had its perfect chance to infiltrate the village and rescue the clans. Everyone starts putting on black capes that cover the whole body, hoods to cover their hair, and anbu masks to hide their identities. With all equipment ready, they start the infiltration. hiding their chakras, and with some shunshuns, everyone starts getting into a position that gives a wide view of the village, but without exposing themselves. With some hand signals, Kashina asks Kame to feel the chakra of the entire area to see if she could find the places where each compound of each clan was. After a few minutes of concentration, Kame was able to pinpoint the exact location of each compound, highlighting the clans the group wanted to find. With that, Rin quickly formulates an infiltration route around the desired clans, with key points the group would need to take without drawing attention. Everyone ready? Kashina asks in sign language. Everyone confirms yes, then surreptitiously, one by one they went through the narrow route and neutralized any shinobi that made their way through the places. Meanwhile at the rebel base, Mei-sama, I bring news of new attacks, says a subordinate, and Mei beckons him to speak. It was reported that Yugura's army attacked the Yuki compound and killed several of its members. The survivors are heading towards the shelters we built, however they are running away and attacking the army at the same time. Mei-sama, they won't be able to get past the barrier that protects our territory before they are killed. And also according to our spies, some of the Terumi clan, including your niece, managed to escape from prison but are being pursued, the subordinate explains. With this information, Mei's eyes widen. What can I do? We can't be in two places at once, and I can't even split my ninjas in two to rescue both of them. I have no choice, I need to send my ninjas to rescue the Yuki clan, Mei says in thought. Inform the officers to prepare the rescue of the Yuki clan, leave as soon as possible, says Mei holding back tears. Yes, Mei-sama. Chijuro, seeing his leader holding back to not cry, he can't help but be sad about the situation. There really is nothing to do, resources are very limited, and the rebel army is already very reduced. Everything indicates that they would lose the war. In Chijuro's opinion, only a miracle could save them. As if the universe has heard Chijuro's prayers, everyone in the place feels a strong tremor, coming from a loud crashing sound. What was that? What kind of attack could have such force? Mei asks, standing up abruptly. Mei-sama, please, my orders, says Chijuro in a cold sweat. I want you to contact our watchman and ask what's going on. Don't forget to bring me a report, says Mei firmly. Yes, Mei-sama, says Chijuro, leaving the office. While Chijuro was running through the halls, he could see several ninjas running around. Everyone was working hard to have a chance against Yugura. Seeing this makes Chijuro fill with determination and run faster. A few more seconds and he finally makes it to the watchman, who was frantically giving orders to several officers via radio. Officer, what's the situation? Chijuro asks. Chijuro, you won't believe it, the tremor that we all felt just now was because of just one person, the guard answers. Can you tell me what the physical characteristics of this person are? Chijuro asks. No sir, the person responsible for the tremor is wearing a black cape that covers the whole body and wearing a mask that covers the face. It is impossible to tell the person's identity. The watchman would say more, but he was interrupted by the tremor. When the watchman uses his jutsu to see what has happened, he is shocked by the scene he sees. Chijuro-san, I think this person is on our side. He just defended Mei-sama's niece from Yugura ninjas, says the guard. Hearing this, the Chijuro's eyes widened. Officer, are you sure what you're talking about? Chijuro asks. Yes sir, the mystery man is exterminating Yugura's ninjas while keeping Mei-sama's niece safe, the watchman responds. Okay, I'll inform Mei-sama of the situation, keep everyone updated on what's going on, says Chijuro, running to Mei's office. Mei Terumi was very restless, pacing around trying to figure out what that tremor was, until Chijuro suddenly opens the door, panting. Chijuro? So what did you find? Mei asks, fearing the worst. Chijuro begins to explain everything the guard had seen and said, and when he finished reporting everything, Mei felt instant relief. She doesn't care who she is or why she did it, all that mattered was that this mysterious man had protected her niece, her only family. Send a messenger to this man and tell him that I, the leader of the rebels, wishes to speak with him personally, Mei orders. Yes, Mei-sama. A few minutes earlier with Kashina. The group had just split up, each with their own goal. and Kashina was heading towards her goal, which was to protect the surviving members of the Terumi clan and kill the Yagura ninjas that were attacking them. She quickly arrived at this scene, and when a ninja was about to impale Mei's niece, Kashina jumps at high speed, clenching her fists with great force. She hits the ninja with all her strength, making her fist go through the ninja's body and hit the ground, creating a huge crater and a strong tremor that could be felt from great distances. The result of the punch was so strong that not even Kashina expected to have such strength. It's been a long time since Kashina fought seriously. At the time when Kashina was still training, she killed missing ninjas easily and didn't understand why it was so easy. At the time she started to think that their level was decreasing, but now she finally understood what happened. It wasn't the missing ninjas that got weaker, it was Kashina that got much stronger. However, her thoughts were interrupted as she felt someone else coming to attack from behind her. Kashina didn't even look at her opponent, still with her back turned she just raised an arm, and with the back of her hand she hit the enemy in the face, making him fly away at high speed until he hit a wall, dying on impact, and again making it tremble with its strength. At that moment Kashina realized that she didn't know how to control her strength properly, but that can be left for later. Some more ninjas were coming towards Kashina. She quickly spins around and gives a kick with great momentum at the nearest enemy, making him fly away, impacting other ninjas and making them fly away too, with some dying on impact. Kashina watched the result of her kick with a blank face. Okay, she really needs to control her strength. Kashina's attention shifted to another Terumi clan member who was about to be attacked by the enemy ninja and was a few meters away. Kashina quickly runs towards the enemy. But damn, she didn't think she would run so fast. She barely blinked and was already bumping into the enemy, making him fly away and fall to the ground unconscious. Now Kashina was starting to get excited. She finally started to want to test her strength. And now she's have free targets to test some of her power level. Kashina slowly looks at the rest of the ninjas who were starting to take a few steps back. She gives an evil smile and starts taking slow steps towards the dozens of ninjas. Some start to shake their legs, but no one could move. Kashina was unconsciously releasing huge amounts of bloodlust, making everyone paralyzed with fear. Kashina, in the blink of an eye, disappears and reappears in front of an unlucky ninja. She this time chose not to punch, but to slap the ninja. Then with her left hand she hits a slap in the face of the enemy, instantly breaking his neck and making him fly towards other ninjas nearby, who received a strong impact and again died. Soon Kashina starts to throw punches strangely, getting excited about the situation. Right, left, kick up, kick down. Kashina was giving countless blows to several ninjas. It was as if Kashina was punching paper. Kashina punches a ninja squarely in the abdomen, causing him to vomit a huge amount of blood and die instantly. If someone in the future dissects this body, they will see that all its organs have been annihilated, leaving a bloody mess inside. Meanwhile, the members of the Terumi clan just watched it with dumbfounded faces and also thanking whatever god there is for that woman not being an enemy of theirs. A few more minutes and all the enemies were dead. Kashina had just defeated an entire mini-army and wasn't even sweating. Seeing that her work is done, Kashina starts approaching the Terumi clan members, making some very nervous. Until she faces Mei's niece. Well, little girl, what's your name? Kashina with a neutral tone. My name is Maya Terumi, miss. I'm 6 years old, says Maya, shaking a little. Hey, relax girl, I won't hurt you. Actually I came here to protect you, says Kashina. Wait, really? Who sent you? Maya asks. Nobody, I came with some friends on my own to help you, Kashina replies. Everyone directs their attention to a man who is running towards them. Kashina starts to get ready, but sees that the man is carrying the rebel flag, so she lets her guard down. I come on behalf of our leader, Mei Terumi, to let you know that she invites you to speak in person at her office, says the messenger a little breathlessly. Mei Terumi, is my aunt the leader of the rebels? Maya asks, surprise. That's right, Mei Terumi is the woman responsible for leading the rebels, so miss, do you accept Mei-sama's invitation? The messenger asks. Yes I do, lead the way, Kashina responds. With that, Kashina and the Terumi clan members follow the messenger to the shelter area. There the messenger directs all Terumi to have a medical checkup while he takes Kashina to Mei's office. Arriving there, the messenger knocks on the door and waits until he hears an answer from inside. He opens the door and waves for Kashina to enter. I guess the Terumi clan members were all saved successfully, Mei asks. Yes ma'am, everyone is fine, and I've already forwarded them to the medical wing, says the messenger bowing. Excellent, you can leave now, Mei replies with a remarkably relieved expression. So I guess you were the person responsible for saving my niece, Mei asks. Yes, it was me, Kashina replies. I don't know who you are or why you did this, but know that you will have my eternal gratitude for saving my only family, says Mei bowing to Kashina. Lift your head, Mei-san, there's no need to bow to me. Since you are the leader of the rebels, I would like to speak with you in private, so I ask you, does this room have a privacy seal? Kashina asks. Instead of answering, Mei makes some hand seals and leans against the back wall, causing seals to appear along the walls, indicating that the room was now securely sealed. Seeing this, Kashina nods her head. Mei-san, before we begin, allow me to introduce myself, Kashina said, removing her hood and mask. My name is Kashina Uzumaki, and I would like to make a deal with you, Mei-san, says Kashina, while Mei has the expression of someone who has seen a ghost. As much as the news that Kashina was alive had spread throughout Konoha, the news had not yet reached the village of Kirigakure. Kashina, the legendary Uzumaki who fought alongside Minato Namikaze in the war, how is it possible for you to be alive? Mei asks, completely in shock. End of chapter. My soldiers, thank you for watching so far. Leave your like, subscribe, turn on notifications to always know when new videos are posted, and leave a comment because it helps the channel reach more people. And if possible, share it with your friends, they might like it. Until next time.